Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to be doing a movie review of the Spider-Man trilogy with Sam Raimi's films, all three films, starring Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, and many others. This is a Blu-ray set that I got maybe a couple weeks ago. So I guess it's a limited edition, all three films. It's got some special features. It also has a bonus disc that has Spider-Man editors. It's the editor's cut, and that's mainly why I got it, because I've never seen some of the deleted scenes that were in this film, which are not too many. So I was kind of slightly disappointed with that. But the films itself look really good on Blu-ray, especially Spider-Man 3, surprisingly. That really stood out the most. Just show you what's in here. Some cool images. Pretty cool. Sam Raimi and Spidey. Some pretty cool stuff in here. Also, inside it shows you this is a Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man 2. And that's a pretty cool image. Spider-Man 3. And this is the bonus disc with the editor's cut. That's kind of cool. But, the films, Spider-Man, the first film, I saw this a long time ago in the theater. Back in the day, I've seen all three of these films in the theater, and the first film was pretty cool to see this. It was such a big deal back in the day. It's just your basic story of Peter Parker and his origin story, how he came about as being Spider-Man. Got bitten by a radioactive spider. He's in love with Mary Jane, the girl next door. Literally, she lives next door to him, and he's been in love with her since he was 6 years old. When she first moved in next door, and his best friend Harry. They all go to school together, and Peter's just going through the struggles of being a teenager and liking this girl and being shy and not really revealing his feelings towards her, and he's dealing with these powers, and he's climbing walls, and he's jumping around building the building, and he's got organic web shooters, and he's got this nemesis called the Green Goblin, which is Harry's father, which is Norman Osborn. And it's a really, really great movie. It's, special effects are, watching it on Blu-ray and watching it again, I haven't seen it in a while, and they still hold up. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of Spider-Man in this film. This is more, story-driven, and I think that's fine. I mean, it could have used maybe some more action, more Spidey. But I think for the first film, I think they did a pretty good job. It's definitely an entertaining film. It's definitely a good origin. Good morals, good, really well written. Sam Raimi did a really good job. Toby, Kirsten, they did a really great job. The whole cast is excellent. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite superhero films. Definitely one of them on the top of Christopher Reeve's Superman, Michael Keaton's Batman, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Those are the best ones to me. It's definitely a really good movie. So that's Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2's continuation. I left you hanging. He didn't really want to get involved with Mary Jane because he wants to, protect her. He doesn't want her to get hurt. And he feels that his enemies, if any of his enemies knew who he was, he would hurt the ones that he loved, which that's what happened. Norman found out who he was, so he went after his aunt and, the girl that he loved and tried to kill them. So I can understand why he felt that way. So in part 2, Mary Jane, she's in love with him, and he's telling her he's not, which he is, but and Harry, since his father died in the first film, Norman Osborn, Harry has issues with Spider-Man, and he has issues with his best friend Peter because he takes pictures of Spider-Man. He's a photographer at the Daily Bugle, and he thinks that he thinks Peter knows who Spider-Man is. He thinks he knows his identity. That's why Spider-Man always lets him take pictures of him. So he thinks that Peter's being loyal to him and not loyal to his best friends, and he thinks that Peter should tell him so Norman can kill him, get revenge, and that's kind of a complicated situation. And Mary Jane, she's becoming she's doing a play. She's trying to become an actress now, and Peter's having difficulty, being Spider-Man, and a job, and school. It's hard to tackle all that all at once. And dealing with the girl that he loves, but he can't tell her, and he's screwing up. Gets fired from his job. He almost gets fired from the Daily Bugle, and it hasn't been too fun for Peter. That's to the point where he loses his confidence, loses his powers, and then he decides, well, what the hell? I should just give up on this, and so that's what he does. He basically gives up being Spider-Man because he's lost his powers, his confidence, and he wants to have a life of his own. He doesn't want to be the superhero anymore, so he gives up. And he wants to try to have a relationship with Mary Jane, and she's now getting married, and now he's complicating things, and it's pretty interesting. After watching the second one again, I think the story is a lot better in the first film. I always enjoyed the first film. I always say that was my favorite, and I still and say it's my favorite because it was the first one I saw. But I'm going to have to say I like 1 and 2 equally. I can't really say I like one better than the other. I will just say they're both companion pieces. They're both strong together. One is not better than the other because there's good qualities about both of them. To me, they're perfect. I mean, I can't say one bad thing about those two films. I really can't. I just can say that the second one, the story is a little bit stronger, more relatable, you know, and the special effects have improved. You see more Spidey, you see more action, and Doc Octopus, you know, Octavius is introduced to the film, you know, and you finally, things get revealed, and Mary Jane finds out who Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and has a pretty cool ending when they finally get together. And that was if they ended it there, that'd been fine. That would have been a great way to end the series. But they decided to make part 3. Oh, and Harry finds out that Peter is Spider-Man too. But they decided to make part 3, and I watched 3 again. 3 is, I have to say, it's gotten better with age. Surprisingly, I think it's gotten better with age. You know, I was disappointed with it when I first saw it, and watching it again in high def, you know, Blu-ray, you know, I don't think it's that bad of a movie, actually. I think it's just, at the time, it was disappointing. It was nothing like the first 2 films. It was kind of dark. It was kind of a downer, it's like it's like everything's so complicated, and there's all these different subplots, and Mary Jane and Peter Parker are fighting, and Peter's being arrogant and being selfish, and Mary Jane's being too needy, and she's kind of down on her luck. She's, you know, her dreams are not becoming a reality because this thing she did, this Broadway she did, audition, they hated her, so she's back to being a, you know, at a diner, just, you know, jazz club type of place where she's just singing, you know. So Peter, you know, he's got the key to the city. He decides to kiss Gwen Stacy, which he, you know, goes to college with, and he's helping her because she's not very good at a certain subject. I don't remember what exactly it was, but science. But and you're introduced to Eddie Brock, which becomes Venom towards the end of the film. You also get introduced by the Sandman, which, you know, typical villains. All 3 of these films, they're tragic type of characters. They get, you know, you feel bad for them, and they turn into, you know, these monsters basically. There's just too much subplots with Harry going against Peter, fighting them fighting, and Harry wanting to kill Peter, and Harry, you know, trying to get with Mary Jane and get Peter jealous, and them fighting some more, and Peter throwing one of his goblin bombs at Harry, and burning half his face, and eventually everything comes through, and everybody kind of gets back together. You know, Harry joins Peter, the fight, Sandman and Venom, and Mary Jane finally forgives Peter at the end, but it's just left kind of open-ended. I mean, it's a sweet ending where they hug, and it's like she forgives him, and that's kind of how it ends. They're kind of dancing. slow dance, kind of in a circle, and she forgives him. And I mean, that's a good way to end the film, but this was supposed to be, they were supposed to make a fourth film, which got canceled, and it'd been nice to at least see, like, them maybe get married, or maybe have some kids or something, you know, at least have something. They could have at least added to that ending, or at least have something, but they just kind of left you like that. It's like, But Spider-Man 3, it's a problem with that film, and a lot of people hate this thing. It's just a stupid damn emo Peter Parker dancing in a jazz club, and stupid. Oh, Jesus. That's probably the worst part about the whole film, him dancing and being emo. But you know what? He was a badass when he was in the black spider suit, kicking Sandman's ass. He was kind of an asshole towards Harry. There was times where he was kind of a dick. And, you know, there are good moments where he was an asshole. He was kind of evil, you know, as a Spider-Man. I think that stuff kind of gets overlooked because people are so obsessed with him dancing and being kind of goofy. But I mean, if you cut that whole thing out and you added more Venom and maybe a extended ending, I think the movie wouldn't get so much shit. I think people focus on that damn dancing. People can't get over it. It's ridiculous. It's really freaking ridiculous. It should not even be in that damn movie. Other than that, I enjoyed this series. Really great trilogy. I really wish they made more of these films. But that is my thoughts of the Spider-Man trilogy. And this just had heart to it, and this is, to me, is just so much better than the other films they've done. I mean, I enjoy them. I enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I enjoy Spider-Man Homecoming for what they are. They're entertaining, and I get some fun out of them, even though they're flawed, story-wise, at times. But I do enjoy them, but they're just nothing like this. This was so much better. I always say this was a winning combination of a lot of things. Great direction, great acting, great special effects, great writing. Everything just worked. It gelled. So anyway, this is my review of the Spider-Man, all three films, the original classic trilogy. Now it's considered a classic. And this is a Blu-ray. Talk about a little bit about the Blu-ray, and it looks really great on Blu-ray. So I hope you enjoy this review, and I hope you have a good day. Take it easy.